again to this channel. I would like to speak about a very specific conditions now. I feel that there are a lot of people who are suffering from a sort of awakenings, if we can call it an awakenings, that they are suffering in a time where they are blocked between this real world and something which they believe it's a real awakenings, such as I feel total bliss, I feel total happiness, I feel complete and everything. Please don't forget that these conditions can also happen on certain stages where there are different types of pockets of consciousness or states where your consciousness can go and get blocked in those states. So there are millions and millions of pockets. When I say pockets, I mean states of mind where the human being feels good in that time, but at the same time he is losing most of his stuff or most of his emotions, most of his states that he was used to live on this planet. Like his financial situation gets from worse to worse. He feels that his family means nothing to him. It means that my work means nothing to me. My friends are still nothing. My family is even worse. So there are this type of awakenings which can also happen in our life during that state of the real awakenings. So the mind or the consciousness in which we are keeps on traveling without a proper guide, and there are pockets, and these are negative pockets, and we get stuck in that pocket. And that pocket of a consciousness make us feel and make us believe we have reached to a certain state of completeness, you know what I mean? Oneness. But in fact, this is very wrong because it has taken us to a kind of state where everything looks good, everything is fine, everything is perfect. My mind feels zero, my mind feels stable, my mind is at still, but still my physical condition and my day-to-day life is totally disturbed, in the sense that I cannot generate my own income to keep me sustained in this day-to-day living. So this is also a very fake awakenings, which I am sure if people listen to this video will relate and will understand and will confirm that what I'm saying is totally right. Because I know there are lots and lots of people who came to that state where everything is perfect. I feel peace of mind. I feel detached. I feel bliss. I feel less ego. I feel, I don't know, detached, whatever. But my physical body and my physical state of conditions in which I am is not operating as I wish it should at that time or for that period of time in which I'm existing with my physical body. I cannot sustain my family. I cannot sustain my own self. I I'm in lots of troubles. When I say troubles, I speak of I cannot sustain my day to day living with my family, with my needs for myself. Forget about the family, with myself. I cannot even get what I was used to get for myself. So, this is another state of condition which is totally fake. And this is a very, very, very hard way or a very hard time where lots of people get lost in those conditions. I will one day explain how many conditions or millions of conditions that exist where our subconscious, or even worse, our conscious gets stuck in these conditions. But faking us at a very high level, making us believe this is enlightenment. In fact, it's not. We have to come out of this and reattach ourselves with the karmic life that we are living on this planet. So, this is a very, very, very confused state now after having discussed about all these conditions. In the same way that these people or whoever this video speaks to them and feels that they are in that particular condition will understand. It's exactly like someone who is very attached to drinking. He starts drinking, drinking, drinking until he becomes a drunkard. What happens after that? He gets into that consciousness of drunkard where there are lots of people or souls or whatever, people of that consciousness who attracts him into drinking. Once he gets to that condition, his physical body becomes very hard to control himself, except he becomes a drunk until he finishes his life. In the same way, those people who feel that today I have attained a certain point of enlightenment, but I cannot sustain what I am sustaining right now on this actual living because I don't have the money and everything, he's stuck in that condition. There are so many different types of condition. Being someone who is married and all of a sudden he feels or she feels very detached with the husband or the wife and feel that there is something bigger than me that is trying to control the whole system. So that consciousness is gone to that level where it's blocked. We have to unblock ourselves and come back to the line where it should be, because right now it is like a motorway. It's a highway. We are driving on the highway, but on the highway there are different outlets, different exits. This exit says, example, I give you a very good example. I'm driving from Paris, I'm going to Monaco. On the way down to Monaco, there are hundreds of exits. Some will say Aix-en-Provence, some will say Lyon, some will say wherever, I can take the example of Russia, I can take the example of India, I can take the wherever. But depends which exit you've taken. If the exit is the wrong exit and you've gone and you parked on, let's say I'm going to Monaco from Paris and I've landed now in Strasbourg, for example. So I'm not going to Monaco. I'm blocked somewhere else. But when I reach that destination which I'm stuck in, I feel that I'm still going to Monaco, but I'm already good here where I am. Meanwhile, everything has been faked. This is a big, big, big problem in our life. These are the false awakenings, and this is extremely, extremely difficult to know, to understand, and to control. Because the human being who goes into these pockets where that consciousness gets a fake trip and gets blocked, he will only understand after 2 years or 3 years after he's living. Because initially he feels or she feels, I'm very good where I am. But the way I'm going till my goal hasn't been attained yet. But this is of fakes awakenings, non-dual awakenings, if I can call it. And those non-dual awakenings has to be dealt with the fastest way to bring the person back on the right way. Even we call the non-duality state of mind, but we should not be blocked in those fake pockets of consciousness. To know this, unfortunately, people take a year or two until they realize that this is not where I was supposed to be. For this, you need to have a proper guidance, and you need to come back as fast as possible so that you stand back to the way and go to where you want to. This is why I say don't try these things on your own. Try this only with the guidance of a proper master or someone who knows where these tracks take you. Because once you're blocked, the time that it takes for you to come back from there might be very tough because you suffer a lot. Unfortunately, there are lots of people who has already been there or are there, or once they are there, they don't know how to come out of it, because today, after 2 years, or I don't know how much time there, they are realizing that I am stuck. I want to do this, but this is not happening as per my wish. But I am good where I am. I don't say no. But there is no further step I can take because I am stuck there. And I want to do something else. I want to do something for my family. I want to do something to my community. I want to do something in life. But I'm stuck. So there should be a way how we drive back from that pocket, come to the main road and take back the way. Or even at least to come back to the main highway where we are stuck. So we took the wrong off turn. So the off turn that we took, now people are suffering 2 years or 3 years stuck in this because initially it feels good, it feels blissful, it feels nice. And we look at it in a way that we think there is another way to move forward. But unfortunately, it is just like in French they say cul-de-sac. You go and you turn round and round and round and round, but there is no way out. It is just a pocket of consciousness in which you are blocked. You have to do U-turn, come back to the highway, and either go back to where you were or carry on the way back. So this is something I wanted to tell because I have quite a bit of people who are stuck in this trip or that path and today are feeling very bad. They can't really achieve the aim they want to, or what they are looking for, or what they wish for, because they have kids, they have family, and they wanted to do more for the family. But being blocked in that pockets is making it hard for them to sustain, because life keeps on going like a linear line, and that linear line is just there, it's keep on going, and you are stuck there. So Lots of people must be battling a lot, trying to come out, but no feelings, like you're in a prison. You cannot come out of this bond where you are. I can explain how we should come out of it, or what are the solutions to come out of it. But this again will have to write on a one-to-one basis, because it will not apply to everyone. Because if I start speaking about this on a general line, most people will get confused whether it is the right one or am I blocking the wrong one. So let us understand this bit, and let us write, let us communicate, let us see how we can come out of this. It's very, very important, because I'm sure a lot of people who understand this, who are listening to this video, will understand perfectly where they are stuck and why life is not going according to what they wish or what I want it to be. It's good. I had, let's say, X time, 4, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, understanding myself. But now when I try to understand what is the next step, I am blocked in a bubble, and that bubble cannot get me out because I'm stuck there. How to come out of the bubble and come back to where I'm supposed to be, still looking for what I'm looking for? That is the big question. Because I have another lady who asked the question, why should I feel detached with my daughter, for example? And either you're looking for the liberation of the soul, or you want to be stuck with attachment. Okay, that's another subject. We shall discuss that. But right now, this subject is all about those who are stuck in a bubble or in a consciousness where they cannot come out of it because they are struggling night and day. They want to do something else, but they cannot. That is the subject we are discussing right now, and we'll get a solution for that. Thank you very much. I hope to have your reply and answer, and let us interact. Thank you very much. Until the next one. Thanks and good night.